Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to see how to do the animations. So the first thing that we have to do to make that happen is going to my UE5 blueprint, go under class default, and you're going to go down until you find pound and make sure you check the box control rotation. Okay, so when you have this, it's going to be something you're going to be able to move on the side like this without having the mesh to turn around. So if I uncheck this and do play, you see the mesh is turning around, so it's not what we want. So just go back there, check this out, and you should be all good for that. So here in the mesh, make sure that you have the good mesh selected. So we're gonna select the one for Manny, or you can take Quinn if you wish. And make sure on the animation blueprint here that you have my UE5 animation blueprint. If you don't have that, well, you're gonna have to create one. So we're gonna start with that. So how to create one? Well, it's simple. So you can always, create one like this animation and create an animation blueprint, or you can also take go in character, mannequin, animation, and just duplicate the one from Manny here, duplicate and rename it my UE5 BP, and you'll be all set and good to go. So when you have that done, we're gonna go to the animation blueprint, and we're gonna be in the event graph page. Okay, so if you have anything here, just delete all your code and we're gonna start from scratch. From here, that's quite simple. I'm just gonna remove that variable here because we don't need it, and I'm gonna leave this one there because it's already there. So from this, you're just gonna cast to your character. So in my case, it's UE5. So we're gonna cast to the UE5. And from that, I'm going to promote that to a variable because we're going to need that shortly. From the object here, we're just going to try to get the pound owner like this. And from that here, we're going to get the actor rotation. And from that, we're going to drag here and we're going to get the velocity. So get velocity. Yeah, for the first time I got it. That's perfect. So from here, we are going to calculate the direction, and we're going to plug the actor rotation down to the base rotation. And from the get velocity, we're just going to drag down here and search for vector link. So right here, so we're going to take this one here and put it right here. So from the as my I don't know how to speak even. So from the reference here, we're just gonna get the character movement. So if you go here in the component, you have the character movement. Just take that, drag it up here, and do not a get, but a set. So set, just plug that right to it, and we'll be all good. So from that, we're gonna need a two variable. Okay. So you're gonna create those three variable here. You're gonna call one pitch. Make sure it's a float. So we're gonna go here. So make sure it's a float. We're gonna create another one that it's direction, float again, and one for speed and a float again. So to create those three variable, and it'll be all good and set for the next step. So when you have that done, just take your your speed, just put it right here to get a set, and connect your speed right to the vector link down here. Okay, and take your direction, drag it and drop it there, and connect the direction to your calculate direction. So from that, now we're just gonna move a little bit on the side here, and we're gonna search for a sequence. So just type sequence or Alt S on your keyboard. We're gonna need a couple of sequence here. So we're gonna need actually 5. So we're just gonna add 5 pins. There we go, we have 5. So from the pin 1 here, we're gonna need to have our crouch, aim, setting up, and all that thing, right? Those variables are already created here for us, if you guys remember. So everything is here, most of the boolean, right? So we're gonna call those boolean because we need them. So here at the beginning of the code, we did a reference to our character. So we're gonna take that reference to our character, so which is right here, right? We're gonna drag that and do a get. From that now, we're just gonna search for crouch, and I'm gonna get our crouch. Same thing again, and now we're gonna search for aim, get our aim. Once again, we're gonna do that for getting up, and we're gonna drag there and search for jump, and get our jump like this. And we're gonna, the last one, search for our reloading and get our reloading. So from each of them, we're gonna promote them to a variable, so we can add that to our animation blueprint. So we're gonna right click on it, promote to variable for all of them. There you go. Now we're gonna plug all of that up there, right? So my boolean were already there because I did it at the beginning. However, I'm just gonna delete all of those one. So, and we're gonna use the one that are already created. There you go. Perfect. We're not gonna need a show move because it's from many, so I don't need that. I'm just gonna take all of that and I'm gonna move that to my boolean section. And you can rename that to have, obviously, you know, a good name. So I'm just going to do that quick here. Oops. There we go. It's all good. Perfect. So from that now, we're just going to plug that to our sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what he's doing is he's going to call the, it's called the those variable that we already have in our blueprint, and now we're gonna use those one that we just created to do our animation. Okay, so from here we're just gonna do another little thing here. So we're gonna search for a branch. I'm just gonna connect the branch right up here. So basically here the way I set up this tutorial is for aiming, we're gonna need something just to give us a help to calculate the rotation of the camera when we aim. So I'm just gonna do that little code here. So I'm gonna take our pitch here, I'm gonna connect that to true, and we're gonna do the same thing once again, and we're gonna connect it to our false here. So from that here, from the first one, we're just gonna drag there, we're gonna search for subtraction, and we're gonna move that right here. From the subtraction here on the bottom one, we're just gonna type 360 there, and from the condition here, we're just gonna drag and search for greater or equal, and we're gonna drag from after that from the subtraction, and we're just gonna get our base aim aim rotation. I can't even find it well. I'm gonna start here by getting our pound order. It's gonna be maybe a little bit easier to find what we want. So from the return value now, we should be able to get our base aim rotation, and we're gonna split that structure so we can get access to X, Y, and Z. And we're just gonna plug this one to Y, and Y to the pitch right here, and the top here to this one here. There we go. So now we're all set with that. Everything is good. So we're just gonna take all that, do a little comment here, and this, as I said, it's help to calculate the camera rotation while we are aiming. There you go. Just to remember a little bit what it's doing. So when we're good with that, all the event graph is done and ready to go for us, so to work. So I'm just going to replace that so it's look a little bit better. I don't like when everything is not aligned. There we go. So we can do that by selecting what you need and just press Q on your keyboard. So I'm going to compile and save that. So as this is done, so now we're going to be able to go to our Locomotion. So we're going to click on Locomotion here, and we're going to do our little transition to be able to walk, crouch, jump, and aim. So we're going to drag from the entry here, and we're going to just create a new state machine. And I'm going to call that state machine idle/walk. I'm going to drag from it, go on the top here, and search for, not search for jump, but new state machine, and call it jump. And the same thing here, we're going to drag new state. I'm going to call that aim stand, and we're going to do it again, and this time we're going to go for our crouch walk. So we're going to new state, and we're going to call that crouch walk, and I'm going to drag from it, and I'm going to call that aim, create a state first, aim, crouch. There we go. So I'm going to align that so it's look good. There we go. I like it that way. There we go. Perfect. So now we're just gonna do the other transitions. Just take each of them and just move the arrow on the other way like this. There we go. So now we need all the transition rules for each of them to be able to go to jump or aim or crouch or whatever we need to go. So we're gonna start with jump here. So on the top here on the jump, just go there, take your jump, plug it there, go back. When we come back, we just have to make it a little bit reverse with jump. We're gonna drag from it, just say not boolean, just connect it. Perfect. So now the transition is done for that. Now the transition for aim, I'm gonna double click on that, take our aim, plug it there, go back. We're gonna go to the other transition, and I'm gonna drag aim there, get it, and search for not once again, put it right there, go back. We're gonna do the same thing with crouch, so it's pretty simple, not too complicated. So just gonna drag our crouch there, plug it there, go back to Locomotion, and when we come back from crouch to idle, we're gonna take our crouch, search for not this one, and search for not, go up, take the boolean, and just plug it there. Same thing again with the aim for crouch. So we're gonna do the same thing as we already did. So go there, take your aim, plug it there, go back, go to the other one, take your aim, get it, search for not, take the boolean, and plug it there. Right? All set and good to go. So now all the transition rules are done for us. So we only have to set up the animation. So with the jump here, it's very simple. So we're just gonna double click on jump, go to your asset here, and search for jump from jog. We're just gonna take this one and just plug it right there. We're gonna compile and save that. Go back to your Locomotion. Now we need go to the idle walk, right? So we have to create this animation. So we're gonna do that now. So from that, we're just gonna go to our content browser. Gonna go to our UE5 animes, and from here in the empty space, we're just gonna create an animation, and we're gonna create an animation blend space. We're gonna take this one here. Gonna select our skeleton that we need to. So the good skeleton is this one. Check this skeleton, and I'm gonna call that idle walk underscore BS. There we go. So we're going to open that. In this, we're just going to set up all our animation. Just going to move that on the top here. So from the horizontal axis, so what we're going to do here, we're going to just change a few settings here. So the first one is the horizontal one. So we're just going to call that directions, right? And it's going to be minus 180 to plus 180, which is giving us a 360, I believe. So from this one here, we're gonna put 8 to have our grid divided in 8 row. After that, we're gonna go to the vertical one, and as you can see here, it's saying none for now. We're gonna put speed, and now you have speed here. Our speed, well, is the speed of our character, right? So the minimum speed is 0, and our maximum speed for myself, it's 500. So the grid division, we're just gonna take 1. And well, actually, we can leave it at 4. That doesn't really change anything. So from that here, now we're just gonna plug all of the animation that we need here. So if you downloaded my animation pack, it's gonna be a little bit easier to follow along. So we're gonna take the idle. So we're gonna take idle here, and we're gonna take this one here. I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna make sure it's at 0 and 0. So this will take a little bit of time. So we're gonna take our idle, put it every second row, so every second column, I mean, something like this. All right, so this one will be minus 80, 0. This one is good. This one will be plus 90, and speed is gonna be 0. And this one here go right in the corner. So all the first line is our idle animations. So now we're gonna start with the first row. So the first in the middle is gonna be our walk forward. So we're gonna search for walk forward, which is right there. I'm gonna put it right in the middle here. Gonna click on it, make sure the direction is 0 and the speed is 250. So from this one, we want to be able to run forward as well. So we're gonna search for rifle run forward, which is right there, and we're gonna put it right up here. Gonna make sure the direction is 0 and it's at the max speed. So from the left of the walk forward here, we're gonna search for walk forward left. So walk forward left, this one here. Just gonna put it right there. Once again, we're gonna make sure it's at minus 45 and speed 250. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna take right this time, put it right there, plus 45 and speed 250. Good. The next one will be our walk left. So walk left will be right there. So we're gonna search for walk left. It's right here. Drag it right there. It's gonna be minus 90 and speed 250. It's gonna be the same thing on the other one, but this time it's gonna be obviously our walk right. So we're gonna search for right, and we're gonna put it right there. It's gonna be at plus 90 and at 250. So now if we go back right here, this one will be our walk backward left. So we're gonna search for walk backward left. I'm gonna put it right there. Gonna make sure it's at minus 135 and speed 250. Gonna take the right. I'm gonna put it on the opposite side. Speed 250 and plus 135. Should have something look like this for now. So we're gonna search for walk backward, which is right there. we're going to put it here to the side. Gonna make sure it's minus 180 and 250. We're going to put it on the opposite side right here. And we're going to make sure the speed is 250. Alright, it's perfect. So we're done with that row. We're going to go to the next one. So on the left here, we're just going to search for rifle run FWD and left. So this one here. The animation is not perfect. I did that pretty quick, but it's just giving you an idea what you have to do. So on the other side, we're just gonna search for we're gonna need the one for same thing but right. So I think that's one was called, yeah. So just take this one here, just put it right there, here. So it's gonna be plus 45. So the next one, so that one here, it's gonna be our run rifle run left. So rifle run left. I believe it's this one here. Yeah, drag it right there. Gonna put that at minus 90, and speed 500. On the other side, we need the one for right, so we're just gonna search for right and put it right there. And we're gonna at plus 90. So this one that we're gonna put here is gonna be our backward run left. So we're gonna search for backward run left. Gonna take this one here, just put it right there, and we're gonna call that 130 minus 135. And now we're just gonna search for right, and we're gonna put our right here, and it's gonna be 135 and speed 500. And the last one here is gonna be our backward rifle run. So we're gonna search for backward rifle run and just put it right there in the corner, and gonna do the same thing on the other side. So now you have all your animation for idle and walk done. So you can save that. If you want to try it, you can just hold Control on your keyboard, and you can see it's moving. So I like to turn the camera around like this, so I can have an idea how it's looked from the back. So you can see it's moving there. Now it's gonna reverse, walk backward. All right, so it's working on the other side as well. All right, so it's worked good. So speed, running, it's on each direction. There you go. Perfect. It's not perfect. You can see here it's a little bit weird, but I just didn't take extra time to make that animation look good. And yeah, you should have something like this. So you can save that, and we're all good for this. I'm gonna save everything up here. Gonna go back to our animation because I just closed it by mistake. And now we're going to be able to continue from the Locomotion to put the animation we just created here in idle. Before continuing with the idle and walk, we're just going to go to the animation graph. So just go right click to the animation graph, and we're going to need to set up something like this. So from your Locomotion, you can just drag from it and just search for cache. Take a new cache, name that cache lower body. Call that cache so we can just lower body and use that cache. Connect it to a default slot and create a new cache, upper body. Connect those two to a layer blend per bone, and just connect this to your output post, and it'll be all set to continue. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that a few seconds here on the screen so you can see. So I'm gonna go back to Locomotion. Here, if you do idle, you're gonna be able to drop your idle walk BS that we created and just connect your direction and your speed to it. So the direction and your speed can be found here under movement, and you compile and save. Now you have your animation working. So in each direction for us. So that's lovely. So we can continue now. So we're going to go back to Locomotion and we're going to create our crouch walk. So go to content browser, right click, go to animation, and we're going to check, and we're going to take blend space. We're going to take the mannequin we need, so it's this one here. And we're going to call that crouch walk underscore BS. I'm going to open that. Same as the walk and idle we did. So the direction will be our, well, I mean the horizontal will be our direction, and it's going to be minus 180 to plus 180. And we're going to put, you can leave it at 4, that's good. We're going to go to the vertical and I'm going to put speed. So the speed when we're crouched maximum for me it's 100, so I'm going to leave it as is for now. So here we just need to put the animation as we did earlier. So we're going to set up that. So we're going to search for idle animation when we're crouching. So idle animation when we're crouching. So we're going to take this one here. I'm going to drag it right there. And I'm going to put it at each corner as well. Make sure this one is 0, 0. So now the idle is working on each side. Perfect. Now the one in the middle and the top will be our crouch. I'm just going to search for crouch, walk, and I believe it's forward. Yeah, it's right there. I'm going to take forward, ip. Actually, we're going to take, is it ip or iron side? We're going to take, I think it's going to be the iron side. Yeah, I'm going to take the iron side. So just take that and put it right there. I'm going to put 0. And on the left side, we're going to take crouch. It's going to be crouch walk, and it's LT rifle iron sight. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to make sure it's minus 90. And I'm going to search for the opposite one, and it's going to be the RT. So this one here. I'm going to put it right there. And we're going to need a crouch walk backward. So that one here. Just put it right there. And on the opposite side here. So if you hold control, you can see that it's working now. That's perfect. I'm going to save that. I'm going to go back to our animation blueprint, and we can go to crouch and just take our crouch BS and just plug it there. Same as earlier, take your direction, put it there, and take your speed and put it there. Perfect. So if we go and try this out, play, if I press C, there we go. It's working well for us. So it's getting there, it's getting there. So that's good. So now we can do the other ones. So we have aim and crouch. So those ones are a little bit different. So we're gonna go to the aim one, and what we do for that, we need a stand for aiming, because if you remember here, it's just normal, right? There is no aim, so we have to create another set of animation for aiming. So we're gonna go back to our content browser, and we're gonna right click animation and blend space. And select the good mannequin, and I'm gonna call this one aim underscore stand walk BS. I'm gonna open it, and same as earlier, so the direction, the horizontal will be the direction. It's gonna be minus 180 to plus 180, and we need 4, so we have 4, that's good, and this one will be speed. Perfect. So From this one, we need the idle. So we're going to search for the idle crouch. I'm going to search for crouch, no, not crouch, sorry, the stand idle. So search for the idle with iron sight. So idle iron sight. It's right this one here. I'm going to place it at each corner. Let me sure that one is 0, 0, 0, like this. The one on the top will be our walk forward rifle. So walk forward rifle, and it's going to be this one here. Put right there, make sure it's 0. There we go, it's working for now. We're going to take the walk LT rifle, and I'm going to take the one with iron sight. So if you move a little bit, this one here, minus 90, and I'm going to search for RT, and we're going to plug that to the other side like this. And the last one would be when we reverse with iron sight. So we're going to search for BWD, and we have, it's right here. Put that in each corner. There we go. So if we try with control, now you can see that it's working. You see I did a little mistake here. I put a crouch instead of the stand. So I'm gonna search for walk LT, and I'm gonna put the one that I'm standing up. Just import him, and we need the same thing with the other side right here. So now if I try it, perfect. It's awesome. So we're gonna save that. We can close that, and now we can plug it right here. So that's our aim. So we're gonna go for the aim. So it's right here. We're gonna take that, paste it there, and we're gonna plug our direction to it and our speed. Here we have to create another kind of animation. So we're gonna go to content browser, we're gonna right click animation, and we're gonna use a blend space 1D. I'm gonna select our mannequin that we need, and I'm gonna call that AOASD and I'm gonna open it. So you should have something like this. So when you're in this, we're just gonna have to put some animation. So we're gonna take the aim forward. So it's already set up here. I did that earlier. If you have my package, you're gonna be having, it's gonna be right there. So it's the stand one. So it's gonna be this one here. So if you go here, now you have aim forward. So we're gonna drop it right here. And you have up, and you have to drop it right there. Otherwise, sometimes you have a problem. So what we're gonna have to do is just fixing that. So we're gonna open the up aim here. Just open this, and you see it's aiming up for us. So we're just gonna go down here, right? And in the mesh space here, we're just gonna select the idle animation for iron sight. So we're gonna select iron sight, and we're gonna go down, take the good one. So just let me find it. It's right here. So idle iron sight. I'm gonna take this one, and now we're gonna save. We're gonna go back here using the arrow. Now we should be able to put it right here. There we go. So now from this position, we can go up when we aim. Now we have to go down. So we're gonna open the aim down. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go down here under additive setting, mesh space, select animation frame, and we're going to select our iron sight. It's idle iron sight, I believe. So idle iron sight. I'm going to take this one. It needs to be the same as we just selected. I'm going to save that. Go back with the arrow here. And boom. So now we have, from the middle, we'll go up. And we go down. Perfect. I'm going to save that. And we can close it. So now we're going to paste what we just created here. So this one here, just take that down here. And we're going to connect our, did I did a mistake? I think I just did a mistake here. Let me check. Yeah, I did a mistake. So we have to do that, but with the aim offset. Sorry about that. So we're going to do our aim offset, select our mannequin that we need. I'm going to call that AO underscore ESD underscore stand. I'm just going to put one here so it's not mixed up with the other one. So we're going to remove this one that we just created. Got confused here, so I did the wrong thing. So we're going to open the one we just created, and we're going to do exactly what we just did. So we're going to take our forward right here in the middle, or up right here, and or down right there. Perfect. Gonna make sure this one is at 50. There we go. Save that, close it. Now we can take it and put it right there. Now we can connect the base pose to it and just take our movement and take the pitch here and put it right there. Connect this right there and can compile and say, I'm going to go back to the locomotion, and we're going to do the same thing with the aim crouch. So we're going to go back to our folder for animations. I'm going to right click animation, and I'm going to do aim offset 1D. I'm going to click that, select the mannequin that we want to. I'm going to call that AO underscore ESD underscore crouch. I'm going to jump in it. And same as the stand one, we're going to take our crouch idle, put it right there, crouch up and crouch down. So the up is not set up, so we're just going to go right in it. And I'm just going to go down here and just select a good animation. So it's going to be idle iron sight. And it's going to be the one that we're crouched. So this one here. Going to save that, go back to the arrow, and now we should be able to put crouch up right here. I'm going to put that at 50. There you go. So now we have aim down and aim up. I'm going to save that, close it, put it right here, connect this together, take our pitch, put the pitch here. Now we can take the animation for our crouch. So we need an aim crouch animation, but we already set up that with our crouch walk earlier, so we can just take this one here, drop it there, take our direction, take our speed, and just plug that together, compile and save. So now if we try this, it should work for us. So to play, so we can go forward, all the animation is working, same thing right there, that's perfect. Now we don't have the aim setup, so we have to do that in the next video, but we're gonna set up the blueprint to be able to aim with our rifle. So I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.